Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for is now here.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Get him, Bobby.
Now rocking with
DZ the Incredible.
You got it locked into live and direct with yours truly, DZ the Incredible. Thank you for tuning in. And we are in season number 2. Yeah, that's right, man. We're hitting up season number 2 already. Season number 1 was a great success. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you tuning in. And now it's time to get season number 2 on the way. And you know, right here on Live and Direct, we bring you the who's who in art, culture, music, and entertainment. Right about now, I'm going to introduce you to my guest.
Yep.
With this episode, it's my boy.
Yeah.
My Brad Gendrad, DJ Energy of Hot 91.7 FM. What's going on, baby?
Rachel, man.
Listen, man.
All's well, man. Can't complain. Life is good.
Man, good to have you on the show, bro.
Yeah, man. So I'm very interested to see, how it actually turns out today.
Yeah, man.
It always comes up at the...
It's going to be good.
Yeah,
it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know that I met you. I linked you for the first time a couple years ago. I think that was back in like 2013.
Yeah.
2013, when Hot 91 was like getting the feet wet and getting out there and gaining them listeners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was in here as an intern, and you were one of the DJs.
Yeah, well, pretty much I could say I was kind of like an intern also too, coming up.
Right.
Yeah, so
because you were just getting your feet wet.
Yeah, basically, all of us it was a venture into something that we probably didn't know where it would end up, but actually it was something that if you commit it, you go with it, and that's all that matters, you know what I mean?
Right.
So definitely it was good to meet up with you, and from since then to now, man, it's easy. Always.
Yeah, man, you know how that go. So before you were DJ Energy, what were you doing before you ventured into that field of being a DJ?
But to be honest with you, I never really thought about being a DJ. It was more just of I just loving music. I just love music. Music was my thing. I was back and forth, as a family man, I had a kid coming up, and just trying to be stable, do things to be a man and take care of your family and do what you have to do. But at the same time, they love music that never stopped. It was always me listening to music, trying to sell music, trying to do this and that. It always surrounded myself into that musical, that area itself. So for some reason, it just came out to be that the DJ side actually manifests itself later on down in life. And it's way before actually the Hot itself. If you know Randy C, we go way back when it really kind of like started off in the region where I would say one time for Crank. That's the real man who really responsible for me being where I is today.
Shout out to Crank.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for him, I would think I would have been right where I is right now. If Crank introduced me to Randy C, and from there, we just went sky. That was it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, man.
Can you remember like that day, that first time or that day that you decided that you were gonna go forward with it? You're gonna like tackle it and take it on.
I can say it's kind of ironic. You really look at it like, okay, I used to sell music. I used to go from shop to shop trying to sell music. I used to have like albums. Anybody you could imagine right now. You tell me about them, I could get you them with their albums any day. It was kind of hard, because at that time, people was moving away from the CDs. Everybody got their phone. Everybody just moving away from that stuff. Trying to sell, I used to put flyers on poles, and I come back the next day, it ripped down, and I was like, I was getting frustrated. That was kind of really getting to me. So it kind of went away from, man, these people ain't gonna pay me for my music.
Yeah.
Well, they could pay me the DJ.
Yeah.
So I kind of get into that music thing, trying to learn music itself. How to actually on the DJ side of it, and it got me more and more. And the more I try to learn about it, the more I get interested, the more I spend more time in it. So the fact is, putting in the time, dedication to things that you do.
Right.
If you put that time in, well, like I say, yeah, right. So all of this commitment, man. I really love DJing, and it's something that I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is go on my laptop, try to go through music and stuff. It's a never-ending process that I do. See? Yeah.
So let's go back to that first event.
First event?
That first event,
You
right?
don't believe this stuff.
Yes. That first event when
Boy.
you went behind the turntables and say, listen, this is DJ Energy I here, and I can do my thing.
Well, I wouldn't put it more or less as behind the turntable because at that time, you know, I really didn't have that type of funds to really go full time and say I got my equipment and everything.
Right.
The actual first event I actually did, my cousin invited me to do a little birthday party for one of their kids. And I go in there, I got my laptop, I have my little computer speaker, and you know, the little virtual thing, you know,
Yeah.
everybody, you got a laptop, you can get that on your computer, you know what I mean? But that was the first actual, I would say event or something that I did for someone that I really look back on and it's like, man, I really did that? Yeah, true. But it actually, and when you look at it, if that, I could look back on that and see myself and laugh at it, I could say one thing that I'm happy that I stick with the craft and it really pays off. It's not the money itself, it's that you go to work every day, you love what you do, and it don't even feel like work to you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's more like something that you do for fun and you get paid for it.
Right.
And you build up your clientele, and at the end of the day, many more people see that and they see, and if your work is good, you would stay working in this field. You see what I'm saying? So your work has to actually speak for itself. You can't just boast up your chest and say you're a DJ, and then your work ain't not good, so ain't nobody trying to hire you. That's all I can say about it. I love it. Yeah.
And I mean, it's also having a love for music.
Pretty much it is.
Because when you love music, you're gonna do, you know, it's gonna inspire you to do some things.
You know, you come in and you kind of love that like one mind, track mind, you know, you most of these days, the reggae, the hip hop, but you broaden your mind, you expand yourself, and as you go into music, you find yourself loving for every genre in that area, because I had the time that I couldn't get really listen to much soul, but
Yeah.
mostly like reggae and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, just pop, anything of that sort like that, Latin music like that. But for right now, music is the way how you express it. You could express it in different ways and be very creative with it. That's all I can say. Yeah, yeah.
So now I know for me, when I was growing up, and I ain't old. When I was growing up,
How old was not easy?
I ain't old, I young. When I was growing up, going to festivals and other things like that, the DJs, like when you buck Butcher or Scooby and the crew them out to a festival or anywhere.
Hey,
See,
I'm telling you what he is.
I still young too. It was vinyl,
Hey.
turntable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then as I got older, they started bringing out more equipment with the digital feel. You know, you push your CDs in. So all the DJs had the flip case and they was cleaning off the CD and pushing it in and trying to find the music. And
Boy.
then as time went on further, everything went to the crates was in the laptop. The whole selection was in the laptop, and all you needed was a controller.
Yeah, I wasn't. I can say I wasn't able to. I wasn't in that time. Well, actually, I probably not the kids. Like I said, I had no interest. And I mean, I was a kid in school. You know what I mean? So I didn't have the opportunity to actually be on vinyls and stuff. But those guys, I give much respect to because they are the ones who actually paved the way.
Yeah.
They paved the way, and as we progress in time and we move away from the violence and stuff like that, everybody get out into the laptop, etc. like that. But you gotta give respect to all of those older guys who actually came up and paved the way for the younger ones to have it at least, I would say paved the way, but we take for granted the things we don't know. You say the violence and stuff, how you used to have to go to parties and stuff back then, it was
Toad crates.
it was tote crates. We don't do that no more. You see what I said? We don't do that no more, so we gotta appreciate the time from then to now and keep the craft and excel the craft from where it was to now and make it something that everybody can appreciate.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know you said that one of those first events that you did,
Yeah.
you did it straight off your laptop.
Oh, my
to a
laptop,
speaker.
man. Boy, virtual is
Nah.
different.
Now, when you
I
got
love virtual. I ain't get nobody say, but as I grow into this, I had to move away from that because it did not allow me to actually go further in my skills if I wanted to sharpen my skills and get better at it, I had to be on a professional level. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody ever noticed, but of course you don't notice. But I remember the first time I heard this guy on the radio, and he said he's Keon Bar, and I said, dang, Fine's like show off, baby. And when he did the sound effect, came on T-T, I was like, who this guy is? Another guy out there like Fines. That right there, that day, I said to myself, I was actually coming up, I had my little tools and stuff. I said, you know what? That's it. I have to get on a professional level. I have to get away from those minor stuff and bring myself on a different level, learn, practice, get better. Because if they could do it, I feel that I could actually excel myself to that level too.
Okay, so after you finally got to purchase your first controller, how did you notice things changing for you? You know, after you got that first controller, and you didn't have to go straight from the laptop. You had a controller,
it allowed me to put more practice in. You know what I mean? I could practice more. I could evaluate all of my errors. Anything that I could go home and I could just sit down and be creative in what I do.
Right.
So having that right there, that was a big plus, because you know you had to usually go to people and whatever the time they're home or they ain't home or if they're ready to let you play on their stuff. Having your own stuff is an investment. Is a good investment to actually excel in your skill, especially in this area. Yeah.
I know that every DJ has a favorite DJ, right? And I mean, it ain't a fact of, you know, you lotioning anybody, but you know, you got to give respect where respect is due.
Give respect where respect
is due, man. It
don't take anything from me.
Who are some of the local DJs that are your favorites right about now? And who have been your favorites in the past?
Like I said, it all comes down to what type of DJ, like what you into. You know what I mean? One of my things is I love listening to DJs being creative when it comes down to that scratching thing. And the reason, that was my thing. You could manipulate the music. You could just control that at the same time and make it sound uniform. Fines and Tico T were one of the two guys who really I gravitate to when it came down to that. And because of that, they are my two top favorite DJs. Not because they're popular, but it's because their craft, they know what they're doing, they can control that. And that's something very rare. Most DJs don't have, you know what I mean? There's many more out there, believe you me. But these are the forefront ones that I know of. I used to be on the island and I could record that on the cassette tape, and I go back and I said, man, I listening to fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my thing. So I would say those two, pretty much.
So we're about to do right now, right, DJ Energy, we can give the viewers, the listeners, a taste of why they call you DJ Energy. So we can take a live and direct music break and give you a taste of DJ Energy on the ones and twos. We'll be right back.
Ooh.
Are you ready to party? Turning up the volume. This is
DJ Energy
in the mix.
This love that you give is one in a million, and baby, I can't wait to spend it with you. 'Cause all that you give is more than a reason. It's like I've been waiting my whole life for you. So I will love you with every beat of my heart. Virtuous woman, you're all that I want. Worst mama said me never make a bad choice. Me just a take it to the advice. She give me loving without a price. And I thank God that I found you, girl. It's like an angel have walked into my world, and I can't deny her love for I. It's just like the Father that she glorified. I need you close to my side. This love that you give is one in a million, and say you're still my darling. From your link with me, you know the meaning of love. Mama said, Philip the boy, the other boy, there is that talk. Mama, you're hung. This boy is the blessing from above. Nobody can mash up this me serious. The love you give to me say it at the karma. The love you give to me, make me no want another. You're pretty like flowers, imagine me daughter. When you're ready, me ready, figure visit the pastor. The love you give to me say it at the karma. The love you give to me, make me no want another. You're pretty like flowers, imagine me daughter. When you're ready, me ready, figure in front the pastor. That you not listen, he said, she said, them well want see say. Me and you must up, baby, mankind not easy. Girl, never forget, remember say you want me pet. Girl, you're full of class, you're full of style, you're full of etiquette. Yes, you're all I need, girl. Yes, this love is real, girl. The way I feel, me no want another girl.
You listen to the sounds of DJ Energy on the ones and twos. You know, he's my special guest here on Live and Direct today. And man, I gotta say, like, you live up to that name. You live up to that name. Anytime, I can turn on the radio at any time and not know you were the DJ for that night. But once I hear the mix, I know that it's you. And you definitely put behind your name what your name says, Energy. So how did you get that name anyway? Who gave you that name?
Well, that name, I would say the person who gave that name to me, we call him Waller. I used to go by the name DJ Exclusive. I don't know, wait, that was a long name, it's hard to remember, you know. And through all the mixes I used to do, used to add us in the background, Energy, can't tired. You know, I used to push them buttons like every second.
Yeah.
You know, and we was coming from the airport one day, and we was like, man, why don't you just call yourself Energy, baby? Instead of calling yourself Exclusive. I was like, you know what? That actually makes sense. You know what I mean? I feel the vibe behind the name itself, and it's something that I could brand myself with that it could actually manifest, you know, energy. Come to a party, what you looking on the having when you come there? Energy.
Yeah.
We party with energy. Like, that just something you can't forget that. You know what I mean? The electricity off, power off, mommy, we need energy. You know what I mean? I just love it. It's a catchy name. You can't forget it. And I went with that, and I stick with that until this day. Energy, man. Yeah. So
I know that during your time at Hot 91, like, you work closely with Randy because you know you're a staple part of his show at 5 p.m. You can catch DJ Energy on the Power Drive from Monday to Friday with Randy C. Like, what's that relationship been between you and Randy from day one to up until now? Because that has been one of the most consistent duos that I remembered on Hot 91 from 2013 to now.
Me and Randy, we go back. And like I told you, Crank introduced me to Randy C. At the time, Randy C was doing this internet radio station.
Right.
And
I remember that.
Yeah. I sent some mixes to him. You know, like I said, Crank was teaching me a lot of stuff. My bass was like old school. I love my old school.
Right.
When I sent that mix to Randy, Randy called me back like, man, I love this mix. I like, you know. And from there, I be in with Randy, and every time he called me, you'll see, that's where it comes in your mind. You know, a lot of DJs them will say like, okay, he like the mix now. I want some money for this. You know what I mean? And if I was thinking like that, you know what I mean? It was never about the money. It was always trying to show my talent, my skills, me trying to elevate. Randy saw that in me, and Randy went from the internet. I think he was working here at Star before. I used to send him mixes like for Star, and it was like I say, it's never about the money. It was all about let me know how I sound to you. If it's something that you need to improve on, I will do it. You know what I mean? I need to know so that I can actually improve my skills. We went from there, and next thing I know, hey, you called me some Energy. We left the station opening up. Maybe you could do a little audition, etc. like that. I met up with Tony them and Greg them and stuff like that. It was something that I wanted. I wanted to be here. This is where I wanted to be. I envisioned it not just now. I would envision it back then that I would be someplace that I wanted to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I never give up. I stick around here, and I send in my mixes. I let me know where it's going wrong. Let me know how it sound. And they all, this is just like family to me. I know this is one of the most honest set of the best set of people that can be around. And this type of environment causes me to elevate, you know?
Right.
That's all I can say, yeah. Randy C. Like, that's my boy right there, man.
Now we know that on this very small island of Nassau, we have about 500 DJs.
Maybe more.
Yeah, even more. Like, what is your view on the, you know, and how can I put this? What is your view on the state of that craft? Because, you know, everybody is DJ something, but everybody not necessarily has the skill set that is looked for, you know, what people look for when they want to hire a DJ or have a DJ come and play to their party or their event. So what's your views on that? Do you think that out of all of the DJs that we have here in this little island, that even 80% of them are doing what they should be doing a good job at being a DJ, executing properly, you know, giving people what they're looking for as a DJ?
I could say, well, it doesn't really matter to me how many DJs, you know, I put myself, if they put themselves in my shoe, like where I came from, and if I didn't have that, like, if I didn't have that passion for DJing, I probably wouldn't be in here. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't be in this far. So I would say it all depends on the DJ himself. If he's really passionate about DJing music, go for it. You're gonna have a lot of times that the party you play to, people don't hear you. And you know, they don't hear you because you sound really bad. And I went through that. I've been to bars, they tell me, boy, look, come out here, boy. You don't sound right. You sound garbagey. I wasn't offended by that, you know. I took that as a lesson for me to go and see where it went wrong and actually fix that and try to do better at it. And I remember this one particular bar, man, they tell me, come out here, like a couple of times, you know. And I went back home and learned. I said, okay, let me try something else. And as it progressed, everybody like, you know, you sound a little better now, you know. And then the next thing, little kid, you really sound nice tonight. Mm-hmm. He said, boy, you're bad. So it went from you sound bad to you're bad. So all I can say is to DJs and stuff like that, if this is what you really want to do in life, nobody can tell you what you're going to be or from what you can be. Just use the criticism to get ahead in life, to actually elevate yourself and be the best you can be. Whatever craft it is, it could be DJing, it could be whatever it is, try to do your best, try to be the best you can. As in try to practice and try to learn. Don't never be too big-headed about anything when it comes down to learning. You have to learn in order for you to grow in anything. Yeah.
All right, now, aside from being a DJ, you're also a dad.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We know that we know the demands that are on a DJ.
Yeah.
Most times you out 3-4 gigs a day.
Yes.
Most times you're getting home 3-4 o'clock in the morning, even later. How do you make that balance, you know, with dealing with having a son and, you know, the demands of being a DJ?
Well, it comes down to parenting, you know. If you, the mother and the father, once you have an agreement on what's important, you know, the welfare of your kid is something that you can't play with. You gotta make sure roof over there, they eat, you know, they go to school, they learn, etc. Now, that's important. That's very important. Once the mother and the father understand that, they should be able to work that out. You know, work that out whether or not, you know, you gotta keep the little man tonight, or I gotta keep, you know, tonight. It all comes down to the parents, you know. And my son himself, me and his mother, we have a good thing going on when it comes down to with Mars and me, because it was always like back then coming up. I used to be going a lot of places. I never used to be getting paid for these things. And she'd be like, "Man, listen, you ain't getting paid for this. You gotta be home. You gotta, you know."
Yeah.
But my son himself, I saw my vision and said, "Look here, this is what I'm going to do for my son to enjoy his life, to actually to say, okay, daddy, listen, daddy, we getting, you know, I want to be financially stable, and at the same time I see opportunities. That's important to me. My son is important to me. So I go out there and I do my best that I get a call back at the end of the day, and whatever my son needs, he's going to have that. That's important. you know, and I try to spend time with them. It came from me not doing too much, doing anything, to every week I'm busy. I am busy. And I try to like go with my son and you know, carry him to the movies, carry him to the beach, do the creative, recreational stuff, you know. Just try to be with him. And at the same time, not forgetting that his education is important. Now, I ain't gonna lie now. I ain't the best when it come down to, you know, being on them and making sure that they learn it, but his mother's pretty much on top of that. So we kind of have a little balance there when it comes down to the kid and whatever I need to do, whatever she needs to do. So you have to have a balance on that, pretty much.
All right, so there's something that I like to do on the show and live on the rep called Top 6.
What's
you know, you're a music man, and so this should be easy for you, right? So I need you to give us a list of 6 of your favorite artists of all time, no matter what genre they're in, no matter what they sing. But 3 of them have to be Bahamian.
3 of them have to be Bahamian?
Yeah.
What I could say, Sketch. Sketch is one of my favorite artists.
Right.
MDs, I love the MDs. MDs straight across the board.
Right.
Who else would it be? Lord, I think I can see Sketch, MDs, and Lady E. Lady E, you got something. I love you, Charisma. I love everything you do. Like, you are one of the best that I know right now, you know? So, straight across the board. And you say 5 now, let me see the other. My favorite artist, well, of course, Chris Brown. Chris Brown, I gotta give it up to Chris Brown. And this one particular artist, I didn't get much. What his name is, Lord. Chris Brown. Wait, I ain't like, you kind of block on this now. See, the type of music I listen to, you wouldn't normally be hearing it every day.
Right.
The radio wouldn't play that. I like to get away from what everybody's listening to. That's just me, you know, that's my little corner. Barry Salmon, Barry Salmon is one of my favorite, definitely. And this, the last but not least, Natural Black. Natural Black.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You first said it, it was like, huh?
Yeah.
So
Natural Black.
So
He's
going
more
back,
like a conscious type of singer. That's no reggae stage.
Right.
Natural Black. Yeah.
So going back to the Bahamian artist that you mentioned, right? Like, what is it about those 3 Bahamian artists that set them aside from every other Bahamian artist for you?
Well, everybody is good in their own ways, you know. But I tend to gravitate more to them. You know what I mean? Sketch himself, he's very creative. This guy, like, when he puts out something, it don't be something mediocre. It be something that you could actually listen to. You could, even if you don't like it, you have to listen to it. You know what I mean? You gotta listen to it. Lady E, from the first time I saw Lady E perform, remember we was up in this down by the beach. Something we had down there when I think I'm for hot.
Oh yes, the bubbles and smokes.
No, it's not bubbles and smoke. It's something that we had with all everybody would. We had a cover with everybody with the chest thing, and they put the personality face on it.
Oh.
Yeah, down by the Montague. You remember that?
No, I try to remember.
I don't think you was here that day. That's when CRX first to come on, but that's CRX.
Oh no, I wasn't here yet.
You wasn't there?
I wasn't at all yet. Yeah.
But yeah, we had that there, and I saw Lady E perform. There's one thing hearing somebody on a CD, but to actually see them perform and to see how they can bring the crowd,
right.
Lady E. And much respect for the D-Mark. D-Mark is one of them too. You know what I mean? Got to give it up to D-Mark. But MDs himself, MDs is just on his own, you know? MDs could have you in this way, and the next minute, he take it up higher, you know? I like MDs. We don't really speak, you know, to tell the truth. None of these artists I really speak to. Sketch is probably, maybe, off and on, but I got to give respect where respect due. Let's see, Sketch, Lady E, and who? What is that? You listening?
Yeah, man.
Who else? Who?
D-Mark.
No, I say I add D-Mark on there.
You add D-Mark.
Who else?
Sketch, MDs.
MDs, Lady E, and...
Lady E. That was 3 right there. That was 3 right there. That was 3. I remembered. So, what would be some words of advice that you would give to any young person aspiring to be a DJ? Because I've seen what you've done with one or two proteges, and so what word of advice would you give to any young person aspiring to be a DJ?
Go for it, man. Go for it. If this is what you want to do, go for it. Nobody can tell you what you can be in life. This DJing thing, if this is what you want, you're gonna make it to the top as long as you have the passion and the motivation and the push for that, you're gonna be there. Stick with the craft and go full throttle. Don't hold back. It could be sometimes that you feel that this ain't for you, but you can find yourself the next morning when you wake up, back on the laptop, back on the music. Plenty times I feel like that. Plenty times it's like, but I ain't gonna try to do it. Wait, man, this ain't making no sense to me. And I wake up the next morning,
the passion's still
back there. It's a fun journey, man, and you never get enough of it. Music is life. That's all I can say.
Definitely. All right, man. So we've come to the end of this edition of Live and Direct. We want to thank my special guest, DJ Energy, my boy, for coming through. And man, as a thank you for coming through.
Yeah, man, no problem, man. I got you. Easy.
I got a treat for you from Mac Joe's Cookie Treats and Sweets, one of the world famous Oreo rolls, man.
I can eat this straight. No, my lord.
Yeah, man, again, listen. Just don't bite your finger off.
No, that's it. Hey, you gotta be extremely good for me to bite my fingers now.
And it is extremely good.
Yeah, man.
So I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. It's your man DC the Incredible for Live and Direct, bringing you the who's who in art, culture, music, and entertainment. So until next time, it's time to get up out of here.
DC the Incredible.